This is a true test of whether or not your relationship is worth it and whether or not it'll last in general. There are very important stages in a relationship, and it's not always going to be smooth sailing. Because first, we have the lovey-dovey-dovey stage. It's like smooth sailing until you guys start fighting, and that is literally phase 2. There's always a weird stage where you guys are going to argue way more than normal. And the true test of whether or not your relationship is worth it, whether or not it's going to last, is whether or not you two can get through that stage. The part where things aren't always easy and you have to actually talk through your feelings. You're going to argue more than normal, but this is where most people give up, and that's why a lot of relationships do not last.
It used to be a time that fairy tales were true. The king and the queen and all the pills were blue. But then the pill changed, the red pill's the truth. Forget the married life, I got better things to do. Stack money.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before I get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out, which are typically around 9 a.m. Eastern time. Next, I would not be talking about all women, even though it feels like it. And if it feels like I'm talking about you, you need to check yourself and the men that be defending you.
Nigga, what?
If you're looking for the music to the intro and you want the link to the second channel, the links are below in the description, and my second channel has nothing to do with women. All right, guys, today I'm going to be talking about how to walk away, a step-by-step guide to cutting her off. What do I mean cutting off? Cutting off that dead weight that is dragging you down. A lot of you guys are in relationships. You want to leave, you want to get out, you just don't know how to do it. And you're at a state of confusion doing it because you know if you just try to up and get out the relationship, she's probably going to bring some drama. She's going to try to burn your clothes. She's going to throw Clorox bleach all over your clothes. You just want to be able to walk away drama-free to the point where you won't have to worry about her again. All right, so today I'm going to be trying to help you guys become more confident at cutting off a relationship that you know is too toxic for you and is doing nothing but draining your energy as a man. Nowadays, you guys become so desperate that you end up in the wrong relationship chasing a bad girl. And I've said this thousands of times. This portion of the internet, this manosphere, alphasphere, whatever sphere we want to make it, whatever group we're calling it this year, is only designed for bad women and the guys that don't recognize what bad women are and have made a mistake with bad women. So understand that the more knowledge that you gain of bad women and you become more confident with yourself, the less likely you are to watch my videos. If you find yourself watching my videos after years, then they must be a refresher to you, or your brain may be caught in a loop of hating women. But today, we're going to be going through the step-by-step guide of getting away from those bad girls that are draining your soul. Let's get to it. First, you have to understand what you're trying to do. All right, this is a guide to help you leave the woman. But say to yourself, do you really want to leave the woman, or do you want to act like you want to leave the woman so it triggers her to try to fight to want you, or it triggers her to try to actually be a good woman? Or is it that you're really trying to get out the relationship? Because if you're trying to pretend to leave the woman and hoping that she looks at you as being valuable because now you're getting ready to leave and she's just gonna magically up and start acting good, that's not gonna work, brother. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's just not gonna work if you wanna fake to pretend to leave. Now, if you're looking to leave, you have to come to the conclusion that, all right, I'm making up my mind. This is what I want to do. You have to look in the mirror. You have to spend time alone. It's going to take some time for you to actually come up with the conclusion. But you need to really tell yourself, do I want to leave, or do I want to act like I want to leave to make her mad? Because acting is only going to last so long. If you really want to do it, then when you move on, you're going to become a better person altogether. But the hardest part that you have to come up with is, how do I disconnect my emotions? If you're unable to disconnect your emotions, trust me, even if you leave a relationship, you'll just try to find a way to connect with another woman immediately and repeat the same cycle. Next, you got to find good friends and family that you can talk to. And the reason why you got to do that is because when you first decide to leave, it's best you go tell somebody why you're leaving, because if you try to renege on what you did and you try to talk yourself back, trying to go back and talk to her, You're gonna need someone who's honestly next to you to say, hey, you left her because of this. Remember when she did this to you? Or remember when she did that to you? That's why you need really good friends and family next to you, not the ones that's gonna tell you what you wanna hear, but the ones that you're able to accept the truth from without being offended. You have to understand, emotions make everybody make very bad decisions when it comes to their love life, because their love life deals with so much emotion that during the breakup phase, you're gonna have wishy-washy relationships where you're gonna start to miss her because your body's gonna start going through withdrawal. Your mind's gonna start going through withdrawal. So you may put the phone down and say, all right, I'm not picking up the phone. But then your heart will say, no, you need to talk to her. You need some closure. You need to pick up the phone. You need to text her. You're looking at her social media. But if you got a good close friend and family next to you, then they're gonna tell you like, hey, Johnny, or hey, such and such, or hey, this, listen, you left her because it is. You've been calling my phone crying because it is. You or her been going through this. Just leave her alone. You always need somebody to remind you of what you did wrong. Next, you must have something to do every day that becomes constructive. Why? An idle mind is a devil's playground. The more you stand still and try to think, the more confusion you're going to be. Your body has to keep up with the speed of your brain. If you take an energy drink, right, and you sit down in a chair, your body's gonna feel weird because your heart's gonna start beating fast, your blood's gonna start pumping fast, but your body is just standing still and you're gonna be uncomfortable. Okay, that's what it's like when you're constantly sitting around thinking about a woman, getting emotional, and you're on your bed and you're on your couch, but you're really not doing anything. You're causing the biological pain inside of your body to be worse. So when you have these type of thoughts going on, you have to get out the house and have something to do, not necessarily go to the gym. You got to get up and do something like, all right, I got to go get this to clean my house. I got to go get detergent. Go start picking up the littlest thing to do. I'm going to go wash my car. You got to start washing up the energy around you, not necessarily going to the gym and exercising. We'll get to that. But you need to always have something to do outside of that that's going to better yourself. A lot of people, right, as soon as they know somebody's about to break up with them, or they know the breakup's about to happen, they immediately start to become the best version of themselves. They start to work on it. They start to say, all right, let me go get my gym clothes. Let me go do this and let me go do that. All right, you got to start pre-planning your escape. So before you escape from her, what are you going to escape to? What are you going to fill your time in with that normally is filled in with her? That's what you got to think about, because there are certain time segments that you and her have that you're accustomed to, that you're on a pattern with, that when you break it off, your body is going to want to be next to her during those times. So you got to find out, what do I replace that time with? What's going to distract me from thinking about her? And it's going to make it a lot easier for you to walk away. Remember, you want to walk away, but only emotions are going to drag you back in. Next, and you already know this one, gym, exercising. You have to do that because you have to work off that adrenaline that you have inside. You have to work off that stress. You got to work off that cortisol that's running through your body. Cortisol runs through your body when you're going through stress and breakups. That's what caused a lot of people to gain weight during a breakup, or it's going to cause people to lose a lot of weight during a breakup based off the emotion that they are actually going through. So learn to exercise and stay regimented, but make sure you're doing something construction and recreational. Even if you're like, you got a part of your town where you're going through and everybody just play with the baseball, or like the batting cages, arcade, something like that. And it's best if you find a friend to do it with. Next, last but not least, you gotta block her number and you gotta block everybody that she knows so you don't get any reminders. There's no such thing as, all right, I was dating her, but me and her best friend was cool, or I was dating her and me and dude was cool. No, everybody that you have that are mutual between the both of you, it's best you cut everybody off, because one thing that she's gonna do, she's gonna try to make her life look like it is extremely better without you. But what you're gonna do, you're gonna try to make it look like her leaving you is killing you and you're gonna die tomorrow. That's what most of y'all think. Y'all think if you extra cry to a woman, she's gonna feel so bad and come running back to you. It's not gonna work like that, buddy. what you got to do, you got to block everybody that is connected to you and her, because you need a clean slate getaway. You have to understand, the internet is the gateway to everyone's personality. You have to learn to break up with a woman and get away from the internet so you're able to see reality. The more you're able to see reality, the less emotional you are. People are very emotional due to the lack of knowledge and more increase of brainwash. The more a person is brainwashed into an ideology, they become confused when that ideology is not matching up with their reality. So what they try to do is they try to find an answer as to why their belief system is not working. And that's what you start thinking about whenever a relationship ends. Why have I been the best guy that I could be towards this woman and I came up short? That's what a lot of you guys are here for. You're like, man, girls are supposed to love me. I ain't did nothing bad to them. Right. Because everything that's bad is good to a woman and everything that's good is bad. If you ask a woman what type of man she like, they all describe the same type of dude. But if you look at the type of guy that she loves, it's never the type of guy that she says she wants. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys are able to get the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Remember, she ain't holding you down, she's slowing you down. And this is a step-by-step guide to leaving her. Hasta la vista.